welcome back to a brand new video, guys. And it has been a crazy night for the NBA. As you guys know, the season finale is over for the NBA. What a crazy night. And as you guys know, the Denver Nuggets did fall short to the Minnesota Timberwolves, and the Nuggets will not be in the playoffs. The Timberwolves will. So basically, the Nuggets are going to be looking for the lottery again. So unfortunately for the Nuggets, they did not make it. The Blazers won tonight. So the seeding is locked in. I think as far as the seeding goes, which I will be doing my NBA playoff predictions tomorrow, so make sure to look out for that. The Portland Trail Blazers will be facing the Pelicans. The Jazz will be facing the Thunder, but the Thunder actually have home court. The Spurs will actually be facing the the Warriors, and the Rockets will be facing the Timberwolves. So it's going to be interesting for sure. And on the Eastern Conference side of things, exactly how it is right now is what's happening. So actually, no. The Washington Wizards are facing the Raptors. That's correct. Celtics are facing the Bucks, and the 76ers are facing the Heat and the Cavs and the Pacers. But one team that will not be in the playoffs that we are focusing on today is the Denver Nuggets. We're going to be predicting their offseason now that they're focused on the offseason. So let me make sure they do, in fact, do not make the postseason. So let me just mess up the rotation badly, so they absolutely lose this game bad. So hopefully I can make sure that happens. Let's just take out some of these guys, put some of their crappy guys in, give Wilson Chandler no minutes, and give all the minutes to Malik Beasley or something stupid like that. I don't know, just something like that. And let's see if that helps out the Minnesota Timberwolves get this win. It helps us lose, and we still won, and we're 7th in the West. Thank you 2K for messing that all up. I will be right back when we are in the off season with them taking it out. It's all fixed. We're in the offseason. The Nuggets lost the game. We're the 9th seed. Basically where the Nuggets are now. They are the 9th seed in the Western Conference. So for this Denver Nuggets team, I don't think they need to change much. They were literally one game out of the playoffs, and they had a really good record of 46-36. Personally, I don't really like the Nuggets because I'm a Blazers fan, and there's kind of a rivalry there ever since Nurkic was traded there. So low-key, I'm happy to see you guys out of the playoffs, but I do feel bad for you guys at the same time because you guys are a really good team. But for as far as what I'm going to do with this team in the offseason, I'm not quite sure yet. I don't think they need to make much moves. Of course, they're going to have a lottery pick. I think they should have their pick. So obviously, this team is in pretty good position to get better. Richard Jefferson's going to retire. I could see that, or I could see him, if he's a free agent, maybe going to sign with one more contender. Draft lottery, yes, we do have our picks. So the 14th pick is probably as good as ours. So we got the 14th pick is probably where the Nuggets are going to have. So then Mike Malone, I don't think he's going to get fired, so we'll just keep him around. Now, what do I think the Nuggets really need if they really wanted to pursue anyone in this draft? Let me see what the contract situation is looking like right now. So Wilson Chandler has a player option, and I'm going to guess, I don't know, what would this team want to do in the offseason? Nuggets are usually a team that aren't very aggressive in free agency, but I could see them trading Kenneth Faried. I think Kenneth Faried is going to be a lock to be traded this offseason because the Nuggets don't even have him in the rotation. He wasn't even in the rotation. So I think he's a lock to be traded. Of course, Jokic, they're going to accept that team option. 1.6 mil, why would you not? And then I'm sure they're going to try to extend him through the season. Maybe they'll even give him his contract extension in this upcoming offseason. I don't know. We'll see. But Wilson Chandler is definitely probably going to accept this player option. Gary Harris, of course, is there. Kenneth Faried. So I think Kenneth Faried is the first order of business. And then I'm sure they don't mind keeping Mason Plumlee. But Kenneth Faried, we're going to move you out of here. You definitely need to change the scenery. So let's attach a second-round pick with Kenneth Faried, and let's see what we can find out there. So we got Tony Snell, J.R. Smith, Sam Decker, Chandler Parsons, Kelly Olynyk, Marvin Williams, Jay Crowder, Lance Thomas, Wall Dang, DJ Augustine. And honestly, what I could see the Nuggets wanting in return for Kenneth Faried is probably just a simple pick. They probably don't even want anyone special in return. They probably would just take a second-round pick for this guy. So what I'm going to do is the Lakers have a ton of cap space. So what I'm going to do is remove this trade, and I'm just going to be willing to take your Cleveland pick. 2 second-rounders and Kenneth Faried for your Cleveland pick. Yes. Will the Lakers want that? No. But the Nuggets, of course. What we're going to do is trade Kenneth Faried. We're focusing on the Nuggets today. Gary Harris. Do they explore trading Paul Millsap? I don't think so. I think they'll keep him around, of course. Trey Lyles. Was Trey Lyles hurt? I thought he played a big role in this season. I did not see him play tonight at all. Maybe he is hurt. I don't know. I don't follow the Nuggets. So Mason Plumlee, I think we're going to keep him around as well. And then cap holds, what I think we're going to do is we're going to release Devin Harris's cap hold. We're not going to need him. Malik Beasley, we'll keep it around for now. And Jarrell Arthur, and Torrey Craig actually got minutes, but I'm going to renounce him as well. And now let's see what the draft looks like. Let's see who falls in our hands. And then we'll go ahead and see, like, you know, what's out there in this year's draft and see what falls in the Nuggets' hands. I'm sure they might actually be willing to take a backup shooting guard, because something about me is telling me that a certain player might be on the verge of walking out on the Nuggets this season. It's just my gut feeling. It's really my gut feeling. And his name rhymes with Will the Thrill. Oh, okay, I just kind of said his name. I have a feeling that Will Barton might be out the door this offseason. It's just a feeling I have, but I think Will Barton might be out the door, honestly, because, I mean, they're already kind of heavily invested in Gary Harris at the shooting guard position. Do they really want to, like, sign Will Barton to a hefty contract? Because I'm pretty sure Will Barton's going to want some money this offseason, because he played pretty good for the Nuggets. So I think Will Barton deserves a huge chunk of change. Not a huge chunk of change, but nonetheless, I think he does deserve a contract, a good contract. So let's just say Miles Bridges falls to the 14th pick and we'll take him. But I think Will Barton does deserve a contract, and I'm not sure if the Nuggets would be willing to give him a hefty contract, especially when they're trying to sign Jokic, and they already have Gary Harris at that position. So I have a good feeling. My prediction is that Will Barton will not be back with his team. It's just a feeling I have. I do not think Will Barton will be back with his team, unless the only way I see it happening. Oh, I didn't even realize we had the 25th pick, although I just traded for it, so I should have known that. Only way I see it happening is if Will Barton is willing to take a friendly contract. Not a friendly, but he's not going to be asking for like a $20 million or $18 million contract. He's going to be asking for like $11 million. I could see something like that. Obviously on 2K he asked for like $7 million, but in real life he's not going to ask for $7 million. I seriously doubt it. But other than that, Jokic, Wilson Chandler, and Malik Beasley, and Jarrell Arthur will all accept that. Jarrell Arthur and qualifying offers, no. And then another name I could see being traded this offseason is Wilson Chandler. He is also on a one-year deal. Maybe a playoff contending team could possibly take him on. So what we're going to do is trade Wilson Chandler here. He got some play left in the tank. So we're going to trade Wilson Chandler. What do we want for Wilson Chandler? Like, if we were really serious about getting rid of maybe... No, let's not do that. So let me really reassess what this team needs. So basically, when you look at this team, you have Jamal Murray at the point guard position. That's working out for you. Gary Harris, of course, is going to be a shooting guard. Malik Beasley, maybe you guys start to give him minutes. I don't know. Wilson Chandler, and then maybe you draft a small forward like Miles Bridges, and maybe you're confident in starting him. Maybe you're not. Then you have Paul Millsap and Trey Lyles at the power forward positions. And then, of course, you have Jokic and Plumlee at the center position. So you really don't need to invest in the front court very much, unless if you're really trying to look at the small forward position. But, I mean, maybe if you want to try to upgrade the backups for Jamal Murray and Gary Harris, it wouldn't be too bad of an idea, especially if Will Barton might walk out on you. But I think Wilson Chandler is for sure going to moved out of here. We definitely need a backup point guard, backup shooting guard, or a small forward. I'm okay with maybe starting Miles Bridges, but, of course, I want like Jerrion Grant, Cristiano Felicio. I could see the Nuggets doing something like that. Rubio, Randolph, that doesn't make sense. Kenneth Faried, Lakers. Or the Mavericks. I could also see something like that happening, but the Mavericks are kind of rebuilding right now, so I don't know why the Mavericks would do that. Delon Wright, the Rockets. Actually, I could actually see this making sense. Wilson Chandler to the Rockets. I mean, Wilson Chandler can shoot threes, and it kind of tools the Rockets up a little bit, and I don't think the Rockets would necessarily offer 2 first-round picks for him. So what I'm going to do is make this a little bit more realistic and offer like maybe 2 second-rounders. 2 second-rounders for Wilson Chandler, and maybe you give me, let's see, or wait. No, wait. We were on the what just happened? We were on the Rockets, right? The Rockets, yeah. So I don't want their first rounder. That's not necessary. So then you give me like maybe I'm sure they would love to give me Ryan Anderson, but I don't know if any team's gonna want to take him on. Maybe you just give me this guy as well or something like that, and then we do a friendly trade like this. Wilson Chandler goes to the Rockets, and we just removed his contract. Something realistic like that could go down, of course. And then Jarrell Arthur, I doubt anyone would want to take him on, so he's probably going to be stuck on this team with 7 mil left on his contract. So now you got about 11 mil in cap space to work with, and you got some positions to address. So, of course, Will Barton, like I said, maybe we can we can renounce Will Barton. So Will Barton will give us a little, like 15 mil. Yes, I would love to have Will Barton back, but based off my prediction, I have Will Barton leaving. I just do. It's like something, it's just my gut feeling. Of course, like, that's not terrible money, but I think he's gonna want a lot more money in real life. So what I'm gonna do, as much as I don't want to do this, I think Will Barton's going to be walking out on the Nuggets, because I think he could go be a starter for another team. I really do. I think he could be a nice shooting guard for another team, and I guarantee a team is going to be out there willing to pay him. So I definitely see something like that happening. So now we got 15 mil in cap space. Let's say Will Barton goes to accept another deal before anything happens. There you go. So got 15 mil in cap space, and now you have Miles Bridges, maybe starting at small forward. Maybe you don't want to do that. So now you're like, all right, our team was decent last season. We barely missed the playoffs. Let's go out there and try to get some. Let's get Carmelo back. Now, I don't see that happening, but let's just go out there and try to make this team better. Let's try to go grab someone that's going to help us over that playoff void. Who is out there that could maybe do that? You can maybe get them at 15 mil per season. Let's see what's out there. You definitely want a small forward mostly, and I'm not really seeing anything right now as far as free agents go. Maybe Trevor Ariza, a guy like that can shoot like that. Reggie Bullock, that wouldn't be a bad idea for the Nuggets. Pick him up. He had a pretty decent season with the Pistons. Kyle Anderson wouldn't be a terrible idea either, but I think the Nuggets should go out there and maybe heavy spending. If they do have about 15 million cap space, I don't think that's going to do it. If I could trade Darrell, if they could somehow trade Darrell Arthur, which I'm going to do. So Darrell Arthur, let's trade you, and let's trade a 2020 pick. So let's say we trade a 2020 draft pick to get rid of Darrell Arthur's contract. So I don't know who's going to be willing to take him on, but someone just please give me, yeah, the Jazz. Maybe the Jazz are like, okay, we'll take on, or the Mavericks, we'll take on Darrell Arthur, Sabonis. That would be just dumb if the Pacers ever did that. But I think let's see, what was it? The Jazz makes sense. Maybe Darrell Arthur could be a nice veteran over there. So Darrell Arthur, they take him on, and now we're going to have about 22 mil in cap space to sign a young guy. So let's say we're like, hey, you know, maybe Jabari Parker could come over here. Maybe we're confident in him. Okay, that's not going to work either. So we still don't have enough money for those guys. Derek Favors, Zach LaVine, D Wade, JJ Redick, Rodney Hood. Like, maybe a backup guard in Rodney Hood, or maybe even potentially starting him at the small forward spot. I could see them entertaining that idea. The backup point guard position, if they really wanted to address it, maybe they go out and grab, let's see, Rondo, Elfrid Payton. I could see them maybe going for Elfrid Payton, Shabazz, like Ty Lawson, bringing him back. I could see something like that maybe. Let's see what we got. So let's see. Rodney Hood does accept a deal, so I think I'm gonna sign Rodney Hood. Oh wait, never mind. No, I'm not. He's going to get matched. So we got Ty Lawson out of all the people so far. So Ty Lawson, welcome back. Ooh, you know what? Marcus Smart. Okay, I just said they wouldn't want to spend heavily at the shooting guard position, and then I'm going to go sign Marcus Smart. Nah, that would just be very hypocritical on my part if I did that. So, who else could we grab out here? There's just not a lot of options right now. Maybe in the trade finder, not in the trade finder, but maybe they could explore a trade and get someone decent. I don't know, man. It's very tough. Wayne Ellington, Super Mario Hezonja as a backup shooting guard. That would be an interesting pickup. Reggie Bullock, like I said, let's go grab Reggie Bullock. Let's just do this. The Nuggets aren't very known to be heavy spenders in free agency, so that's why I'm trying to keep it somewhat realistic. I'm not trying to go out there. Avery Bradley, that's another interesting one, but like I said, I would be a hypocrite if I went to go sign those guys. So I think in offseason, like Mario Hezonja, Reggie Bullock, Ty Lawson, of course, I could be totally wrong. I'm just saying the Nuggets haven't been known to be very heavy spenders, but of course they signed Paul Millsap last season. How much cap space are they going to really have? They could get Will Barton one of two ways if he decides to just, you know, re-sign for a friendly contract, or he just wants to be back with the Nuggets that badly. And I honestly think that my prediction is he'll go somewhere else. So Ty Lawson's going to be the backup point guard. We got Mario Hezonja now, Super Mario, to be the backup shooting guard. Reggie Bullock and Miles Bridges will run the small forward. And then you got Paul Millsap, Trey Lyles, and then you got Plumlee and Jokic still. So this team don't really need to make much moves because they went 46 and 36. That's not bad at all. So I really think this team is still good. I can see them making more moves than what I just did. It's kind of tough to predict teams off season because you have really no idea, especially when a team like this, they should have won, they should have bet, they honestly should have made the playoffs. Like 3 teams over there in the Eastern Conference don't deserve to be in the playoffs over the Nuggets, of course, but it's just the way it is. There is conferences in the NBA. I see a lot of people complaining, saying like, man, just get rid of conferences because really the Nuggets deserve to be in the playoffs over like 3 different teams, which I completely agree with because the Nuggets were really good this season. So unfortunately for the Nuggets, there just is conferences in the NBA. So we took Miles Bridges. Let's go ahead and give him some untapped potential, and let's give some to Mario Hezonja as well. Let's go and see what this team is looking like at the rotation now. The rotation is looking like we got Jamal Murray, Gary Harris, Reggie Bullock, Paul Millsap, Jokic, Trey Lyles, Hezonja, Plumlee, Juan Hernangomez, and Miles Bridges. So actually I think that's perfect, other than I'm going to go ahead and give Ty Lawson some minutes over yeah, so let's go give Ty Lawson some minutes over I'm confusing myself. Okay, there we go. So now let's go 11 or 8 for Ty Lawson and 18 for Miles Bridges or something like that. Or maybe we don't even run Ty Lawson at all, just run a 9-man rotation and then have Miles Bridges, hold on, let me fix this, and then have Miles Bridges get those last few minutes and call it good. So 9-man rotation. Let's see how this team does. I think something like that could happen to the Nuggets. Of course, I could be totally wrong and they do something totally different, but I'm gonna go ahead and simulate to the end of the season and see how this team does based off my prediction. All right, of course I had to include this in the video. Of course, I have a prediction that the Nuggets are going to extend Jokic. Of course, they better, because if they don't, they would be massively messing up. Now, Trey Lyles is a different story. I'm not sure if they would be willing to go ahead and extend him. Let's see what his contract situation is looking like now. He's got, yeah, 1 year left. Do they really want to? I think they might as well. They might as well. Let's give him a contract extension as well. Let's give him what they suggest, and then this guy, I mean, nah, it's not really worth it. So I'm gonna go ahead, keep simulating. They're the 5th seed right now, which is something I could see the Nuggets doing next year, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up. Record that the NBA 2K has anyway. They basically have the Nuggets losing 1 less game than last year, but they're the 5th seed this time. And how fitting is it they face the Minnesota Timberwolves in a series? That is awesome if you ask me. So now we're facing the Minnesota Timberwolves in a series. Maybe Nuggets get their redemption right here. 17 points for Jamal Murray, 15 for Gary Harris, and 15 for Jokic. Paul Millsap for 14.5. Trey Lyles with 10, and 10 for Mario Hezonja. 9 for Reggie Bullock, and 7 for Mason Plumlee, and 7 for Miles Bridges. So not bad at all. Let's go ahead and simulate game by game. We're facing the Minnesota Timberwolves again, of course, and let's see if we can go up 2-1 on them. We even it up. Can we go up 3-2? We do not. And we're forced into game 7. I definitely could see our series between these two going to a game 7 for sure. So let's see if we can finish it off. Maybe make it to the second round with this Denver Nuggets team. And yes, we do. 102-99. Not bad. Paul Millsap 19, and Mario Hezonja with 19 as well. Wiggins with 19, Crawford with 17, 16, and 16. So now we are in the second round. But unfortunately for us, we're facing the Golden State Warriors. But we do win 1 game. They're up 2-1. We even it up. Okay, Denver. All right, I definitely like this, man. We're definitely competing for sure. That is something you do want to see from a young team like the Nuggets. Can we force a game 6? Can we force a game 6? No. A game 7. We lose in 6. Not bad at all. Let's go simulate the rest of the playoffs. See who wins the championship. And the Milwaukee Bucks do not win a championship. The Warriors do, of course. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys thought of the video. And, of course, subscribe if you haven't already. Come join Crush Nation. I will continue to do these off-season predictions. And thank you guys. This is Crushables, and I'm saying peace.